What, was everyone too scared? Welcome back to Master Duel free-to-play Thunder Dragon, where we attempt to take the best deck of the format and climb the ranked ladder to reach the higher echelons of Platinum. In the last episode, we took a clean sweep through the Bronze ranks and ended up in Silver 5, and then the rankings reset. No biggie though, I played a single game off-screen, we absolutely stomped the man, and we're back in Silver 5 where we belong. In this episode, we're going to do a bit of an experimental phase, because Thunder Dragons have a lot of potential to be splashed with other archetypes. Simply put, if we are to climb to the higher ranks, we need to add some more power to our arsenal. So what's going to be our first experimentation? Normal summon. Yes, you heard that right. We are taking a look today at Invoked Thundra. The reason we're doing this is quite simple. Thunder Dragons consist of both light and dark monsters that are not totally reliant on their normal summon. The Invoked archetype is a very easy way to just include a bunch of negation and power into the deck without really taking away anything that makes Thunder Dragon into Thunder Dragon. Yes, we are going to be a little bit bricky with this, simply because sometimes we need to normal summon a Batteryman Solar or an Aloof Lupine to get our combo started, but in the events we don't need this, we can just pitch Thunder Dragons into the graveyard and rely solely on the Invoked archetype until we need to unleash the Thunder Dragons themselves. Keep in mind that Invocation also banishes for its summoning of Invoked monsters, which is a really good synergy with the Thunder Dragons, as a lot of our Thunder Dragons can be used to make things like Caliga, or whatever you're going to call it, to trigger our Thunder Dragon effect, then linking off the Caliga to something else to allow us to keep using our Thunder Dragon effects. It's an experiment, and that's what we're going to do today. Let's take this deck for a spin in our first duel of the day. And so we're here with the first duel of the day, and
oh my goodness!
Yeah, needless to say, this hand is about as heavy as this deck can ever brick. We have 0 playable cards in our hand as we decide to simply do instant fusion into Kaminari attack, getting rid of the Chaos Creator, which for some reason is a Thunder type, ending on nothing but a Titan with 0 protection, as we realize our opponent is playing Numeron, which means, sorry guys, this is our first official loss. Numeron Network will simply summon the 4 Numerons, and that will be way more than enough damage to just straight up OT Chaos. Bricking this hard is extremely rare. We drew 3 one-ofs actually, all of which don't get our deck started in conjunction with one another. It was bound to happen at some point, wasn't it? But for the first time in this series' history, we take an embarrassing defeat. So heading into our second game of today, and unfortunately our hand is quite bricky this time around as well, even though we have an absolutely astounding going second turn. Unfortunately, it looks like we're up against Eldritch. We simply set our Monster Reborn and pass, and we go ahead and activate Max C on his resolution of White Destiny. White Destiny, of course, is going to summon Eldritch, the Golden Lord, which is absolutely perfect for us, drawing us into Ash Blossom. He's then going to activate Black Elixir to bring out a second Eldritch, to which we don't Ash it, because we'd much rather just draw the card. Drawing Batteryman Solar for turn is absolutely crazy, and could mean our victory in this game. We do get to survive to turn 3, drawing into Levianeer now that he's actually useful. We'll go ahead and normal summon our Solar, pitching a Dragon Dark, activating Monster Reborn to bring back the Dragon Dark. The special summon succeeds, meaning we can now use Solar's effect to create a Batteryman Solar token. However, we're met with a Torrential Tribute. This doesn't matter to us, because the entire reason we wanted Dragon Dark was to send him to the graveyard to activate its effect, and we still get a token off of this. We'll activate Dragon Dark's effect to pull us Dragon Roar from the deck. Now activating Instant Fusion to bring out Kaminari attack once more, we're going to banish both Kaminari attack and Dragon Dark in order to special summon Thunder Dragon Titan. With that, we are going to be met with a Solemn Strike, which really sucks, but I think we can play through it anyway. Dragon Roar's effect, is going to special summon Matrix, and we're going to make Link Karibo using our Battery Man token, because the token is a level 1. At this point, they are both effect monsters, meaning we can link them off into our favorite boy, Verte Anaconda. With Anaconda now on the board, we activate Matrix's effect to summon ourselves another, or rather, get ourselves another Matrix. We banish the Dragon Dark for a Wyvern Buster, then activate Levianeer, not using Levianeer's effect, then activating Verde Anaconda's effect to copy Thunder Dragon Fusion, shuffling back our first Thunder Dragon Titan, which is a crazy thing you can do, to special summon another Titan. With this amount of damage on board, we are simply set for victory. So here we go for duel number 3, and I think every duel so far we've gone first and we've opened Max C, which is very unfortunate. This time around we are just going to pass, given they have both Max C and Ash Blossom in our hand, so we are going to chance it. Our opponent is going to start with the Might of the Monarchs, which we are going to Ash Blossom immediately, realizing they're playing Monarchs. This is most likely going to put a damper in their turn, and it does. They end turn and pass over to us. In this matchup, Max C is not going to be terribly useful, and unfortunately, we top deck into another one. At this point, we are just going to set the Max C and hope for the best as they draw their card for turn, which ends up being a 1-for-1. We're going to use our Max C in hand here, hoping that we can draw into an answer, because if they manage to set up their board, we're not going to be able to do much. We needed one more Thunder card in our hand, and unfortunately, here comes Edea. Edea is going to activate its effect, and we're going to chain the Ash Blossom we just drew off of our Max C because we are terrified of one of the Mega Monarchs. We are going to do that, but unfortunately, this ends up being the wrong choice as they simply Tribute Summon for Vanity's Fiend. Ouch. Yeah, we don't have a single card in our deck currently that doesn't require us to special summon it. Vanity's Fiend just completely out us. We don't have any hard removal in the deck. Ow. Alright, we're starting to include 5 duels an episode now, so we're moving into duel number 4, where our opponent seems to have bricked just as hard as we have today, and manages to just set one card pass to us, which is going to be nowhere near enough to stop our ensemble. We're going to, for the first time ever, normal summon Alistair the Invoker, linking it off for a Artemis the Magistus Moon Maiden. We're choosing to run it this way simply because Secure Gardener and Almirage take up a bit too much space in the extra deck for this particular budget build. We're going to Fusion Summon Invoked Mechaba to have a negate ready on board so we can start doing our other shenanigans. Of course, Invocation Effect is going to give us back our Alistair because we go neutral on card advantage here. We're going to activate Chaos Space, pitching this Dragon Hawk to search us off a Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, which we're going to go ahead and activate by banishing the Dragon Hawk. Dragon Hawk is then going to activate. We're going to shuffle back our Solar and our Chaos Dragon the Vioneer to draw Aloof Lupine and Thunder Dragon. We're going to go ahead and Chaos Space back the Artemis to get into the best card in the deck, Gold Sark. We're then going to activate the Thunder Dragon effect, doing the Thunder Dragon loop to end up with more Thunder Dragons in our graveyard, as we can then activate Gold Sark. Gold Sark this time around is going to send Dragon Roar, which is going to allow us to special summon Dragon Dark. With them both on the board, we're going to go ahead and link off the Black Dragon Collapse and Dragon Dark for our favorite girl herself, IP Masquerena. In doing so, we're going to get the effect both of the Collapse Serpent and of the Dragon Dark, which is going to allow us to search a Thunder Dragon Fusion as well as a White Dragon Wyvern Buster. At this point, we're just trying to break through for the OTK, keeping our negate open in case he's holding a Nibiru or something similar. At this point, we're just going to bring out the Wyvern Buster. We're going to go ahead and activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion, bringing out your favorite boy, Thunder Dragon Titan. With this on board, we should have more than enough damage to really break it, but we're just going to go ahead and activate Thunder Dragon anyway to make sure to break whatever is sitting face down. In doing so, we pop open a Doppelganger, Doppel Warrior, Doppel whatever that is, so most likely the man is either playing a starter deck or he was playing the Synchro Spam, but nevertheless, we take this one. So here we go for the final duel of today, and for the first time in what feels like a long time, we've actually started with a very good hand. We're going to normal summon our Batteryman Solar to throw Dragon Roar into the graveyard using our Dragon Hawk's effect to summon Roar to the field. This will trigger Solar to give ourselves a token, to which we will use our Roar to summon Colossus. This will trigger Roar to special summon a Dragon Dark, and we are off to the races. The Batteryman token is going to be made into our favorite Linkuriboh, to which we can then use them in order to go into IP Masquerena, keeping as many targets on board as possible, as we always do. In this particular instance, we are also going to get Dragon Dark's effect, to which we are going to grab the normal Thunder Dragon. We're doing this for one particular reason, and that is because we already have the Thunder Dragon fusion in hand, meaning we can very easily go into a Titan alongside everything else. The reason we want Titan in this particular instance is because we have a egg in hand. We also have the Chaos Creator, so we banish both of our Thunder Dragons in order to make ourselves a protected Appaloosa with 3 negates, as well as Colossus, then firing off our Thunder Dragon fusion to also end on a Titan. This ends our graveyard with a bunch of material that we can possibly use, as well as 3 negates and Colossus lock. This is about as good as our board is going to get when we don't have access to things like the Invoked Engine, and it turns out we're up against DDs. Wow, they're getting support soon. He's going to activate his contract as well as Savant Galay, and we're going to go ahead and negate the Galay to make sure that he takes the damage during the standby phase. At this point, we also know that he is playing DD, so we know exactly where we have to hit him. He's going to activate the contract from the Swamp King and Necroslime. We're going to go ahead and allow him to use Necroslime here, simply because we have a pop ready that he doesn't know about. He's going to summon High King Genghis, and on its summon, we're going to activate our Dragon Matrix, buffing our Colossus, popping the High King Genghis. This turns out to be a massive mistake, because your boy over here doesn't know how to read, as he banishes 2 materials from his graveyard to make... King Purple Armageddon. This thing is going to attempt to pop our Titan, to which we're of course going to negate it with the Appaloosa. However, he now has a 3500 beat stick on board that negates effects, which is not great, meaning here he is going to simply bash over our Titan, not giving us a chance to protect him. Kind of unfortunate, but I think we still have the possibility to play around this. During the draw phase, we draw into Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, which is clearly the best card out of every option here. We're going to activate our Thunder Dragon Fusion in the graveyard to get ourselves Thunder Dragon Hawk, which is going to special summon Dark. We're then going to go for the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, banishing the egg to get ourselves another Matrix. We're then going to normal summon that to, believe this, Link 4 into Access Code Talker. Because we used a Link 4 in the summon of Access Code Talker, it now becomes a 6,300 beat stick, which is absolutely crazy. This is also going to trigger Black Dragon Collapse Serpent as well as Dragon Dark, meaning we now refill our hand with resources that we so desperately need. At this point, though, this should be good game, as Access Code Talker activates its effects, banishing the Appaloosa, blowing up the Purple Armageddon, which sets itself in the Pendulum Scale, and we punch for an absolutely massive amount of damage. And that, ladies and gentlemen, ends today's episode. Some really unfortunate duels today with probably the heaviest bricks we've ever seen, but I think this goes to show that we are not as consistent as we'd like to be. However, we did actually fight a couple of real meta decks today, and we managed to stand up to quite a few of them. You know, except the Numeron one where we literally just got OTK'd, but I digress. There is clear potential here, but I think we need to work a little bit more on the ratios to really get it to where we want it to be. So, I'd like to thank you for watching this episode. Leave a comment down below answering the question, what would you like to see me experiment with when it comes to Thunder Dragons? Got a particular archetype that you think might work in conjunction with our Thunder Overlords? Do let me know. Remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to keep seeing things that I release, and you might want to check out my Patreon and YouTube membership should you really wish to support me, as I've got quite a few benefits for those that choose to do so. Now, as always, remember to stay safe out there.